This does not necessarily mean that Obamaera measures designed to protect civilians from harm have been thrown out of the window. General Thomas Waldhauser, the man in charge of U.S. military operations throughout Africa, told journalists at the time that though he now had leeway to order strikes without clearing it with the White House, he would be retaining the criteria introduced by Obama that a strike could only happen if there was a near certainty that no civilians would be harmed. But the change of rules does seem to have paved the way for greater U.S. military activity in Somalia, the consequences of which are unclear. The U.S.'s counterterrorism activities in Africa have traditionally been a fraction of those in other parts of the world. Even the record number of strikes launched in Somalia this year amounts to less than a quarter of the number to hit Yemen. But the U.S.'s involvement appears to be gradually deepening, and not just through airstrikes. The U.S. has around 500 soldiers stationed in Somalia, including Special Forces advisors that accompany Somali troops and AMISOM, the African Union mission in Somalia, on operations. On several occasions this year, the U.S. has been compelled to provide them with close air support when they have come under attack from al-Shabaab insurgents. There is also a coordination cell in Mogadishu staffed by American officers who coordinate operations with Somali and AMISOM commanders. U.S. drones and jets are based in Djibouti to the north of Somalia, where AFRICOM runs its operations across East Africa. It is hard to say how extensive the U.S.'s operational activity on the ground is and whether or not it is increasing. Officials won't say how often U.S. forces have carried out partnered ground operations this year, though will confirm U.S. involvement when questioned about individual incidents. In addition to the 4 partnered ground operations that needed air support, 3 others have come to light in 2017. 2 proved controversial. They caused either American or civilian casualties. On the 25th of August, 10 civilians were reportedly killed in a Somali operation in Barir, southern Somalia. Villagers had spotted they were under surveillance had told the Somali military that they were civilians and there was no Shabaab there, fearing an assault. On the 5th of May, a U.S. Navy SEAL died in an operation against al-Shabaab. The SEALs and their SNA partners were flown in by helicopter, but came under fire in the early phase of the mission after landing near an al-Shabaab compound, the target of the mission. Senior Chief Special Warfare Operator Kyle Milliken was killed in the ambush. The increased U.S. military activity in Somalia of course does not occur in a vacuum. Al-Shabaab have launched bold and ruthless attacks over the course of the year. 10 of this year's 29 strikes have been carried out since the 14th of October when an al-Shabaab bomber detonated a truck bomb at a busy intersection in Mogadishu, killing more than 350 people and wounding as many more. Somali officials have connected the increase in air attacks with the October suicide bombing, though the U.S. command in Africa would not confirm this.